Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on with you guys? Making sure that, my audio and everything is working. Cause last night I was doing this tutorial and did not realize my motherfucking microphone for the webcam was freaking on and stuff like that. So I have to redo this plugin review video. Took the one that I did last night down, discovered that shit last night. This morning. Normally I catch that type of stuff right at night, but I figured that I had it working right and everything like that. So my apologies for that. Not sure what kicked off my loopback function with my interface, but sometimes when the technical difficulties happen, you feel like a yeehaw and stuff like that, man. But it's all good. So today what we're going to be reviewing is the Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1. And I'm glad I'm doing it because I butchered all of that shit up last night, man. The VCS-1 channel strip plugin, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to put it on this mix. I did a whole nother beat, mixed it down and everything, so I don't want to mess that beat up because it's already perfect with the plugin on there. So we're going to use this plugin on this particular other beat that I found. So I just really been digging in the vault, grabbing old beats, which is a 2-for-1 situation for me because I needed to get some of this shit mixed anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to check that out. Again, Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1 channel strip plugin, really cool, awesome plugin or whatnot. And I just want to share wealth, you know what I'm saying, on my channel. If you make beats, inspiring mixer, you trying to learn how to mix your shit, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, hey, this plugin is for you and stuff like that. And it's super easy, super good, and it's up there with some of the top tier plugin makers out there and stuff like that. So for $29, yes, you heard me right, for $29 for a limited time, you know what I'm saying, right now all the way up to December 14th, if I'm not mistaken, this plugin will be on sale all the way up to December 14th. So you have roughly under 30 days to get this plugin, and it'll jump up to $59 if I'm not mistaken. So you can get it for $30, and this plugin should be worth more. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, and I'm gonna show you why, man. So let's go ahead and get able to live establish real quick. I'm on a tight time frame this evening. I got somewhere I need to be at 8:30. Or whatnot, and all of that right there. I gotta go load up the car with some equipment and do some recording and everything like that. But I want to do this video, and this is a setback for me, about 2 hours and stuff like that. Last video we did last night though, man, it was about 2 hours or whatnot. We just went thoroughly through the plugin and played around with some shit or whatnot. So I'm gonna try to cut all that extra talking that I be doing out of it, go through the plugin and this rigmaroles, but I do have to go through some specifics and technicalities of it and everything like that, man. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to incorporate this plugin on all of these tracks. Man, I wish last night's session was really working because that was a vibe right there, man. But hey, it's all good. I took it down and I can't salvage the audio because the video recording was the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully I keep checking the mic settings in the streaming software just to make sure we good. Let me turn the music up real quick. All right, I know we rocking because I'm checking that out. So I don't know what happened last night, man, but we good, man. All right, cool deal. So let's talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and pull up the plugin right now, man. If you're watching right now live on the stream, the playback and everything like that, first and foremost, man, I appreciate you supporting the channel and everything like that, whatnot, man. It's not easy coming on YouTube and creating content, whether it be live or pre-recorded, you know what I'm saying? But if you're watching this, man, I just appreciate you with everything in my heart, man, for real, for real. I know how that sound like a little soft shit and whatnot, but man, I'm just paying homage. I'm just saying thank you, you know what I'm saying? And while I'm saying thank you, go ahead and hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you're liking what you like so far, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with what I be going on this channel right here, man. It took a long time for me to get back on my YouTube and everything like that because I was on the YouTube hard, very, very hard, and I just stopped, you know what I'm saying? Because I just stopped. I don't know. I just got sometimes you just get tired of putting up content, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got a family. So you have to find balance and stuff like that. If you don't understand finding balance and everything like that, the shit is hard, man. We all human. We're not motherfucking robots. So that's my life spiel for this live stream right here. We're going to talk about this bad boy right here, man. This is, again, the Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1. You see it right there at the top. The bottom left corner right here, man. That's the logo right there, and everything like that. I bought this plugin on yesterday. Yeah, I bought it on yesterday. So I kind of fidgeted around with it on yesterday and got a chance to learn the plugin. And I have to say, man, I'm a big channel strip fan. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to plugins and when it comes to mixing, one thing about channel strips that you need to understand, and I'm going to let the music play right there. That way we don't have any dead silence there. One thing about channel strips is you have to understand is that it is a Swiss Army knife tool on each of your individual tracks, whether it be a drum bus, whether it be a synth bus, guitar bus, mix bus, master track, you got damn reverb track, or whatever the case may be. If you need filters, EQ, compression, and you need it all at once at your disposal, that's what the channel strips are for. It cuts down the workflow time, you know what I'm saying? Instead of you going hunting for your favorite EQ and going hunting for your favorite compressor, won't you find a blend between the two and utilize that? And that is a channel strip and stuff like that. And the same thing applies in the analog world as well. You know what I'm saying? We all have our channel strip flavors and boutique hardware equipment and stuff like that for us channel strips that we use. That way we can send a signal in there, get whatever we were trying to get off of that signal and run it back into the DAW or the tape recorder, however you do your shit and whatnot, man. So that's why channel strips are very, very important, and that's why you see so many companies coming out with their own versions of channel strips, whether it be a SSL, Neve, API, and something just by itself and isn't in its own class, like this one right here. This is not emulating anything. Okay, let's get this understood. This VCS-1 Fuse Audio Labs channel strip plugin is not emulating nothing. The only emulation that you're going to see is the preamp section, and that's it. Everything else is, straight from the developer's mindset. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit about the developer. Last night I went into a big spiel, but the developer was an ex-employee of Brainworks. If you don't know anything about Brainworks, it is the driving force of the Plugin Alliance plugin manufacturer. And also this guy worked alongside with the founder of Black Rooster Audio. So you go look up those two plugin makers. They make some fine ass plugins for you, the beat maker, producer, engineer, whatnot. And he branched off, did his own thing, and he's been having some plugins out for a while. He's been doing this damn thing for a minute, man. I just really been sleeping on this plugin developer, but something caught my attention about this VCS-1 plugin. I was like, I have to check this out. Some channel strips are a hit and a miss, but this one, it was just something about it. It touched me in my heart. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey man, you got to check this one out. So I checked it out. It's one key feature, and that I'm gonna feature at the end that I really think is fucking dope. And you know what I'm saying, I wish more channel strip plugins would implement this. But this plugin right here, though, it's so CPU efficient. So CPU efficient. I can't stress that to you enough. Because a lot of channel strip plugins, they take up a little bit of that processing power. But this one right here, yeah, it's very, very efficient. And it doesn't take away from anything that you got going on in your session. And it claims to be zero latency. If you decide to record through it or whatever, you shouldn't have any problems with this plugin as well. Let's get into the key features of the plugin. All right, so the first section you see at the top left is the preamp section. And we're gonna go by column, okay? And by the columns, and the way this channel strips and most channel strips works is kind of like you go down, and then you come back up and you go down, and you come back up and you go down, and you come back up and go down. So hypothetically speaking, I didn't read the manual. I never read manual on shit. I feel like you learn better, and it serves a better purpose on, you know what I'm saying, learning the shit, just turning some shit or whatnot. But preamp, signal goes into the preamp, filter, routing, EQ, compressor, gate, output level, width, output knob. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That is the signal chain right there, man. Oh, I forgot your side chain feature as well. So this thing has a side chain feature. Feature pack channel strip plug-in. Trying to tell y'all, man. Let's get into the features. Preamp. All right, so it's emulating something. I don't know what it is, but DOA. What the hell is a DOA? Discrete op amp and stuff like that. Discrete op amp. It's kind of gonna give you that API feeling, you know what I'm saying, of whatnot. So that's what you will get on that first type of preamp, okay? The second one is a BJT. Don't really know what that is, but let's see if we can pull up the manual real quick and see what that BJT. I talked about this last night on that fucked up recording and everything like that, but I didn't know what it is. I was being ignorant on reading the manual and everything like that, but I really want to know what BJT. All right, so DOA, discrete op amp, BJT, discrete bipolar junction transistor amplifier, and FET, which give you a fat sound, is a field effect transistor amplifier. Okay, so discrete bipolar junction transistor. When you see bad BJT, that motherfucker bipolar. You know what I'm saying? That whole is crazy. You know what I mean? Bipolar junction transistor, discrete op amp, and also field effect transistor. Those are the three types of close your ass, man. Yeah. All right, cool. So those are the three types of preamps that you have: a discrete op amp, a bipolar junction transistor, and then a field effect transistor. Okay, DOA, BJT, FET. You feel me? You got a drive knob for all of these, and you have a dry wet mix knob. We'll get into that flavor later when we work with this plug-in on each instruments that we're gonna do in the stream right here. Keep it moving. We got filters and stuff like that. Yes, you have a filter. Every channel strip will have a filter, whether it be a high pass or a low pass. So it has two filters: high pass, low cut, high cut. That simple. You should know your shit, and I don't have to explain that. It got 3 modes though. That's the additive and the feature that I like about it. It's really unique, and I would never think somebody would put a mid-side mode feature on filters, but you can filter the stereo signal, which, yeah, I mean, shit. It's whatever, more than likely this is going to be on a stereo track, you know what I'm saying? So by default, it comes on stereo. If for some reason you need to put everything in mid, notice the EQ and the filter, the filter section and the EQ section is basically the same thing. A EQ ain't nothing but a glorified filter in different frequency bands. You got to know your EQ talk, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but a filter with different frequency bands. So they both have the same thing. So if you have a stereo signal and you want to affect the side information, if you don't know anything about mid-side information, go on YouTube University and find somebody that's talking about it. I haven't talked about it in a while, but you know what I'm saying? If you really want to get in heavy and mix and mastering mid-side functioning, or mid-side technique when it comes to EQing, definitely can make your mixes sound broad and stuff like that. Okay, so that's something I could talk about a little bit later on. But if you do this on the filter side, make sure you do it on the EQ side, because you may have a lopsided mix. Same if you're going to affect the mid information, which is the information in the center, make sure you do it on the filter as well. Now you can keep it on stereo, but I can't guarantee you the fluidity of your signal for as how it's going to sound lopsided or whatnot. So I would try to mirror those two, because those two are both filters. Okay, all right, cool. So that's what that is. You got a stereo mid-side filter. Now the crazy part about it that I don't understand about the plugin is because it only focuses on the mid, or it only focuses on the side. And the reason why I bring that up is because most mid-side plugins, you have it kind of like broken up into two. So it's just like if you're going to EQ the stereo signal and you want it to be split, and you want to EQ the left side and you want to EQ the right side, you have that ability. But this one, you can only do one at a time. You can't do both mid and then both side. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to take a T, if you was to look at this as a T, and let me blow my window up real quick. All right, so if you was to take a T, the cross is going to be your side information. The up and down right here is going to be your mid. This is going to be your side. You know what I'm saying? So you can only focus on one at a time. You can't focus on both of them. So I find that kind of odd, and hopefully that's something they can address in the in an update or something like that. But I'm not going to push the issue or whatnot. So for shits and giggles, and you know, just the basic shit, just keep it on stereo, man. If you don't know what mid-side information is. All right, cool deal. You can turn these filters on and off. You see those little amber buttons right there. You can also change up your routing, how this plug-in signal is routed and stuff like that. So the preamp by default is coming from the input signal, okay? And then you can change it to go to the output. So you could take that preamp signal and move, or take the preamp section and move it to the output, or you can put it right before the dynamic section, which is the compressor and the gate. So you got some nice flexibility there. Filter, you can take the filter section, put it before the dynamics, which is the compressor and gate, or you could put it after the compressor and gate, or you could put it right there behind the side chain, which is, it's like right here. So by default, it should be like right here. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And same thing with the EQ. You can move the EQ in front of the compressor and gate, or after it, or before the side chain. This is weird, and I'm not going to elaborate it on much, but the side chain is like right here in the little box right here. I don't know. The side chain is, don't know. But the side chain is there, and you have those routing options as well. And as of course you see right here, we have the side chain function. So if you need to use side chaining in your DAW for whatever reason, you got external side chain, and also you can listen to that signal coming into the side chain function as well. This big ass end button turns off the plug-in and it turns it back on just that quick. And you'll notice the drums that I have it on, something just goes away. If you can listen to it, and if YouTube allow you to hear that subtle difference as I got the music low and everything like that. But this is your turn on off button right there. All right, let me move on. Let me change this view real quick. All right, cool. So yeah, just I had that little view small side chain section right here, routing section right here, side chain section right here, on, off, on, off. You see that right there. Cool deal. Moving on to the big section right here, EQ. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that stereo mode, the stereo, mid, and side. You know what I'm saying? Again, you can only affect one, not both. Okay, keep that in mind. You may be pissed off and you thinking, hey, where's the side information? I want to EQ the side information along in conjunction with the mid. Notice those keywords, in conjunction with the mid, and you want to affect the side. No, it's one at a time. So your best bet probably just to use a dedicated mid-side EQ. Keep it in stereo. All right, and but this EQ does boast 5 bands. Most typical channel strips have only 4 bands. This particular channel strip has 5 bands. It don't look like it has 5 bands, but it actually have 5 bands. The high frequency section, you know what I'm saying, you can change it from shelving or a bell filter. The 3 in the middle, you have the high mid frequency, the mid frequency, and the low mid frequencies. And those 3 sections right there is all based on the frequency that it's calibrated for. So let's say, for instance, the high mid frequency section goes from 1,000 to 15,000 kilohertz. Okay. The mid frequency section goes from 500 hertz to 7.5 kilohertz. And the low mid frequency section goes all the way down to a staggering 50 hertz, all the way up to 2.5 kilohertz. All right, so that's pretty good range right there. And that's a really, really good job from the developer coming up with those frequency ranges and give you a lot of different flexibilities if you need to go and make some EQ adjustments in the same frequency range. So I like that right there. You got your typical gain knob, Q bandwidth knobs, and last but not least, you have the low frequency section and option to changing it from low shelving to a bell shelving. So if you have the option to use this as a 5-band bell section, and or use it as a 2 shelving section with 3 bell filter section, filter sections right there. So a lot of flexibility on this EQ section right here. Moving along to the compressor section. Okay, this compressor section is pretty dope, man. I like it. Definitely has a lot of character with it. You have a threshold knob, attack, release, and right underneath the release, this auto function only automates the release knob. Okay, so it, you know what I'm saying, you can go manual or you just turn on the auto and you don't have to necessarily worry about the release time because it's already in auto. The attack is all the way manual, no auto function on that. Limit, you have a limit section, so you can throw this compressor into limiter mode and it'll function as a limiter. Otherwise, when that amber light is not on, it's a regular ass compressor. Ratio go all the way down to 1:1, all the way up to 20:1. So I like that flexibility right there, as should. You have a knee section. So if you don't know anything about knee, it is the bend of the curve of the threshold and stuff like that. So the harder the knee, the more punchier compression that you're gonna get. The softer the knee, the more smoother the compressor it will be. So it gives you a flexibility to get different type of tones out of this compressor. You have a makeup gain knob. You have a stereo link knob, which kind of transforms this compressor to be a stereo compressor or a mono compressor. So stereo link is basically going to be like, okay, we're affecting true left and right signal, or if you bring it all the way down to 0%, hey, now we're gonna blend in the left and the right and make this a mono channel. So that's basically what stereo link is. I don't understand why you would have a variable knob from 0% to 100%, but let's say, for instance, you really do got a wide stereo signal and you need to narrow it down for some reason. That's where this variable knob will come into play. And then last but not least, you have a parallel knob, aka dry wet mix knob and stuff like that. So this allows you to do parallel compression right there on that one signal source, which will the plugin will reside on as well. So when you see something that says parallel knob or parallel, it ain't nothing but a glorified dry mix knob. Okay, all right, cool deal. And then you have your gate and expander section. By default, when you have this on, it will be in expander mode, but you have a button right here if you need to use it as a gate. Go ahead and function as a gate, and you'll see the green light up right there because I got it in gate mode. All right, cool deal, but we don't need this right now for as the gate function is concerned. And last but not least, the last column will be the metering section, and you have compressor gain reduction metering, gate and expander gate gain reduction metering. Let me say that one more time. Compressor gain reduction and gate and expander gate reduction. God damn it. My apologies for that, man. Gate expander gain reduction metering. Shit. All right, cool. So you got those two type of meters, god damn it. Yeah. All right, so you can really pay attention to your dynamic section on what's going on right here with these two sections. And last but not least, you have a nice output level metering right here. This kind of like reminds me of a analog. It's very responsive, you know what I'm saying? There's no input on one side and output on the other side. No, you're only going to monitor the output level. I think the whole goal is for you to understand how much signal you're going to put into the plug-in, and you can gather that information from whatever sound source that you're using. That's just common sense. I mean, if the motherfucker loud, turn that bitch down before you go into the plug-in. All right. But you got an output level section right here, very responsive. You see how it's lighting up real quick right here, and then you can mute the signal. You'll see the drums go away. You don't hear no drums because we have the plug-in muted. Here we go. And yeah, so it has a built-in mute function. I like that. I like that a lot, man. You have a phase invert button. We're going to talk about this little yellow button right here at the end of the video, because this was the selling point for me. This is what made me say, okay, I'm gonna give you $29. You feel me? This button right here. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. And you have a width knob. Now, this is another selling point, because sometimes you got a signal and you just want to make it wider. Instead of go grabbing a whole nother plug-in to make the signal wider, they did you a favor. They put a width knob on here to spread your stereo signal just a tad bit and everything like that. And then you have an output knob to do your gain staging and stuff like that. So without further ado, man, let's get up in this plug-in and see what it's working with. You hear me? All right, cool. We went over that preamp section. We got the drums. Let's go ahead and turn up the master volume and let's get busy real quick. We on a tight time frame. I'm looking good right now on the time. Here we go. And so we got the plug-in on the drum rack right now. And what we're gonna do now is get some of that preamp drive flavor. We ain't got nothing going on, so let's turn off the compressor, the EQ, and worry about the first section. Here we go. All right, I noticed a difference with the preamp drive. Discrete op amp. Let's jump over to the BJT, the bipolar. I noticed something came away. All right, let's jump over to the FET. Let's put this in solo, see if we can hear the difference. Take my mic down a little bit. All right, cool. Let's go jump back over to the DOA. BJT. Oh, I can hear it. Okay, the BJT is knocking a little bit. The FET makes it sound a little bit flat. Excuse me, a little bit fatter. Yeah, it makes it sound a little bit fatter. Let me do something here real quick. I'm trying to get my gate function right here for you guys. All right, cool. Yeah, the FET section sounds a little fatter, but the BJT sounds punchier. And so I'm gonna keep it right there. I'm gonna keep it right there. All right, I like it right there. I'm gonna give it a little bit more drive. Oh, right there, we got an overload. So you have an overload light right here. So you have to be kind of careful with that a little bit. All right, cool. Now we have a high quality button right here. I guess you're gonna get better high fidelity quality sound out of it. Let's see. I can notice it in the headphones. You probably don't notice it on YouTube, but it cleans up the sound a little bit better and stuff like that. It cleans up the sound a little bit better. All right, cool. And you got a dry wave mix knob right here as well. So yeah, you got a dry wave mix knob, or whatnot. So when you turn this preamp section on, you notice that the gain goes down a little bit. Make that up on the output knob. Yeah. So with that preamp section engaged, you lose a little bit of signal, but you just make the gain up on the output knob and you should be okay. All right, moving on. What we're gonna do now is we don't have to use any filters on drums, so we'll say that on another instrument. We're gonna keep the okay, so my EQ is before the compressor. I like that, and my filter is before the compressor. I want to change that and put the there we go. I want to put the compressor in front of the filter, and then the filter goes into the EQ and so forth and so on. Right. Actually, so when you change these routings, you'll notice a difference. It got a little punchier. And the reason why I did that, because the filter section, what the filter section is going to do is it's going to say, hey, if you got a high pass filter and it's set at 200 hertz, and then you have a low pass filter that's set at, let's say, 3000 hertz, in between that frequency range of, again, 200 hertz and fucking 5000 hertz, for example, in between 200 and 5000, that's what's going to be compressed. So you have to be mindful of the filters and how it's all set up and whatnot when it comes to the filter routing. So it seems like you get a little bit more punch when it comes to drums when the dynamics is running right behind the filter. So the filter is like right behind the dynamics. Okay, so dynamics into the filter section. Get a little bit more punch. You get a little bit more punch right there. All right, cool deal. So I have to remember that to say that as a preset. We ain't got shit to do with the sidechain. So let's get into the EQ. Turn it back on the mix. Let's get some of that. Let's get that snare. Let's get that snare right. All right, that snare is around about that 3,000 range. So let's go up here. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that EQ section is nice. Let's bypass that particular frequency band. And you can hear some of that tambourine come out. Let's get some of those highs situated. At around about 7.5. Man, this EQ really makes this plugin come out. And I'm not even working hard trying to get EQ. That's what I like about it. The true essence of an EQ is to dial in the tone that you hear or you envision. So when you're EQing, it's all about what you hear, what your golden ears hear. Your ears make the money. Your ears get you clientele. Your ears get you more work. Your ears get you longevity. I tell people that all the time. And so, you know what I'm saying? What I heard was, let's get them highs up. I didn't have to work hard. If you feel like you're working hard to bring out highs, working hard to bring out the mid-range for as a specific instrument that you're trying to EQ, or you're working hard to get the bottom end of the low end, you may need to find another EQ that adjusts to your ears. I love API EQs, but for you, API EQs just won't work. You know what I'm saying? SSL EQs, I love those, but you may like goddamn the Pro Tools EQ plugin. What your ears hear is different than what I hear and stuff like that. So that's why I said, like, you have to take your mindset and understand how EQ works and stuff like that. But you have to find an EQ that tickles your eardrums and stuff like that, okay? Or can stroke your Fletcher mantra curve. Okay, if you don't know what Fletcher mantra curve, go Google that real quick, Wikipedia and stuff like that. You have to understand your Fletcher mantra curve with your ear hearing and everything like that. All of that being said, though, you have to find an EQ that you're comfortable with, or whatnot. And I can tell you, I'm not working hard with this. I hear it, I turn it, I hear it. Okay, so basically, I hear what I want, I turn it, I achieve what I want. That's basically my EQ decision, and I encourage a lot of people to make that type of decision, but my hearing is different than yours. So I can't be biased and be like, yeah, man, that's what I say. A lot of people say that. That's not the proper way to teach people mixing and stuff like that. You teach them the technique and let them apply how they do it in the real world for themselves. So that's the EQ right there. Let me see what else I hear in there. Actually, let's back off on that high. I'm telling you, these EQ curves are super sensitive. Let's get the low end. Let's get a little bit more kick out of that. 16. So we're going to adjust the low frequency at about 160 hertz. 116 hertz. Whoa. This plugin got a nice tight. The plugin got a nice tight low end, but it's not fat. It's not overly aggressive on the bottom end. Okay, it's tight, but you get a little bit of that good bottom end. It's not flabby. Most EQ on a low frequency end, they're flabby. They're too boomy. This one is tuned perfectly. I don't know what they did in the coding when they developed this plugin, but it's super dope, man. I like this. It's definitely, yeah. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Yeah. Trying to get that snare drum hitting just right. So I took out the mid frequency, just bumped it up a little bit so we can get more snare. All right, cool. I like it right there. All right, cool. Now let's go to the compressor section. I like to do my drums all the way slow, all the way fast release. But with shits and giggles, just to see what the auto function does on the release, we're gonna go ahead and put it on auto, or auto on the release, and then do a ratio of 2-to-1. If we need to increase, we'll go ahead and do so. I'm not exactly sure how this compressor is gonna react. I'm gonna keep everything the same. The only thing we will probably affect is the knee and the makeup. Stereo link and parallel, we just keep those all the way at this full function at 100%. Interesting. That compressor is fat. So, interesting thing I did is when I increased the ratio to 2.5-to-1, from 2-to-1, I noticed that the signal got a little fatter. I mean, just a tidget fatter. And then when I did my makeup gain, boy, them drums got fatter and beefier. I like that right there. All right, cool deal. The last thing we're gonna do is adjust the width knob. I like that right there. So this plug-in, this is it. This is all we did on the drums right here. Let's go ahead and turn the whole plug-in off and see how it compares and what it's working with. Let's turn it off. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Damn, bro. So we did all that processing right there, and our output gain knob got bumped up to 2.9 dB. Let's turn it back on. 7, 8. Yeah, talk about mix around that. Cool deal right there. So we could definitely turn up all our other instruments and mix around the drums. And that's why, like, for me, just me, only me, I can't speak for yourself. I like to get the drums hitting, sounding just right. That way I can mix all the instruments around there. Because with the type of music I do that you're hearing in the background, I mean, the drums is the center focus. It's the pulse, is the part of the foundation of the track right now. So we got that figured out and hitting and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this plugin on all the other tracks in here. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna move real quickly and everything like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. So right now, let's go ahead and go to this one right here. As a matter of fact, let's just drag the plugin on every freaking track we have. All right. And because part of that surprise I was going to tell you all about, we'll contact 5-7. Okay, cool. Part of that surprise is going to be with this plugin being on every track. All right. If you did your homework on Fuse Audio and you saw the title, you probably know what I'm talking about. But this is the special part about this plugin that I like. All right, so let's see what the sound is right here. All right, so we got some tambourines. All right, cool. Now, judging from what I did in the past, I don't have this version of this plugin anymore. It was a valve, 2-valve driven compressor. I don't think I had any EQ on here, so we're going to turn the EQ sections off. All right, and I'm going to put that dynamic before the filters on. Okay, and from there, what we're going to do is basically drive the preamp and then adjust the compressor. I like the fit sound. Don't want to overload it too much, but it sounds good right there though. put it in high quality mode. Let's glue these TAMs together. Just you notice the different volume levels of each hit on the TAMs. So let's get a good nice EQ going on. Let's go to 6-to-1 ratio. That sounds pretty consistent right there. Oh, I like that right there. All right, let's do the makeup gain. Yep. Now let's play around with the knee. Yeah, so all the way to the right on the knee is going to be a hard knee, they call it. It's a hard knee. It's a very sharp bend. And it brings out a little bit more attack. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I like that right there. Let's spread this stereo signal out a little bit. All right, let's bring it in. Let's turn it off. Damn. Seems like something just went away. Shit. I'm telling y'all, man, this $30 was well spent, bro. This is a nice sounding plug-in. All right, shit. Shocked the hell out of me. All right, cool. What we're gonna do now, let me listen to the drums in conjunction. Let me do the knee adjustment on the drums. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh, right there. I like the attack right there. The knee section is pointing at about 11 o'clock, in between 11 and 12 o'clock position. Definitely a nice fat punch like that. Yeah, I like that right there. Shit, yeah. All right, cool. Let's go up to the top function. All right. We can go ahead and compress this synth sound. Let's squeeze the shit out of this. We're gonna put it on an 8-to-1 auto release. We're gonna say all the way slow, but not all the way slow. Let's go ahead and compress. I like that right there. Let's make up the gain. Oh, actually, let's adjust that knee. Get a tidget of transients out of that. I'm starting to think about this knee for a second. That knee is doing not knee shit. It's giving it a little bit more transients. Yeah, it gave it a little bit more aggressiveness on that synth sound. And just adjusting with the compressor, it actually brought a lot of frequencies out. Take the gate off of that. Let's play around with the preamp section. The bipolar in default sounds real good, so let's drive that. I like it right there. I don't know, for some reason the filter section, it being, coming right after the compressor is just awesome. All right, let's bring that back in the mix. Man, hold on. Let's spread that sound just a little bit. So that's a mono. All right, right there, 12%. Bro, let me tell you something. I done played around with a lot of channel strips in my days, but this one is special. And I ain't even messed with the EQ. That compressor is special. And I think that was what drew me to it when I was playing around with it. And in the demo and also watching YouTube videos on it. This right here, I'm gonna just keep it by itself. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you the functionality and the flexibility you can do with this plugin. Turn the EQ off, right? Turn the gate off. And if you just need preamp sound, just give it flavor. That's all you need. Filters. You can just play around with the filters. Take a little bit of that low end out just to clean it up. Then drive it. Just keep the drive on default. Whatever grabs your ear when you go through the types. BJT. Just hit the drive, and when you feel like your eardrums or your eardrum, depending on how you have it paying, if you feel that getting full, stop. Stop. That's the whole thing with it. You have to understand psychoacoustics and how it works with your ears. If your ear get full of frequency, stop. Don't overfill your ear with a frequency range or whatnot. Old white guy told me that, man. And guess what? He wasn't even fucking with hip hop. He was actually doing it with church sound. He said, anytime you hear something and your ears get full of a frequency, stop EQing. It's like, I had to ask him because I was like, what the fuck you mean? And it kind of makes sense. You don't want to overfill a certain frequency and then it sound bad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so I like it right there. I'm gonna spread that sound just a little bit. I don't think we need any compression or EQ on that. I like it right there. All right, we got another sound on this track right here. We have to go down to the next section. All right, let's switch transition. So that's kind of like the same keys, but it's reversed. So what I'm gonna do is just copy and paste that particular channel on that track. Oh yeah, that shit popped out. Oh yeah. I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I don't have this. We gotta find a sound for this right here. Let's transition back up. Let's go through this whole 8-bar pattern real quick. Cause I gotta fill this in. It may not need that. Yeah, we just gonna go ahead and cut that bitch out of there. I don't need that shit. All right, cool. So we got an 808 right here. So we definitely gonna probably yeah. So it had a saturator on there, but we're gonna use the preamp as a saturator. So let's have fun. Let's put that in HQ mode. DOA. All right, cool, right there. We'll notice the signal kind of ducks down when the overload light comes on. So let's bring that back in. Yeah. Now let's play around with the EQ. We know the EQ gonna do its thing. Yeah, so that bell shape on the low frequency and with a nice little healthy boost is not overpowering but smooth. I like that. I like that. Shit, yeah. All we need to do is just sidechain the kick to this 808 and we good. All right, cool. We got the compressor on, and I see the compressor working right here. Yeah, we take that compressor off and we got the sound that we want. I don't even think we need to. Yeah, this thing is already compressed. We don't need no compressor. All right, cool deal. Now, if you got 808s, and this is a little lesson right here. 808s, you got a width knob, right? This is a stereo track. It's a contact player. The 808, even though it probably was sampled as a mono signal, it's still coming through a stereo instrument. What we're going to do is just take that width knob and bring it all the way down to 0%. That'll turn this signal into a mono signal. What you're going to do when anybody mix it or yourself mix it, what they're going to do is they're going to take if they know what they're doing, they're going to take the overall mix and try to narrow down the low frequencies and get that perfect blend of taking your low frequencies and narrow it down into the center while everything else above a given frequency, let's say, for instance, 275 hertz or 200 hertz or 250 hertz, everything above that ceiling is going to be stereo spread, and everything below that 250, anywhere between 200 to 300 hertz, is going to be kind of focused into the center. Do yourself a favor and do it on the individual instrument, and you don't necessarily have to do that on the master or the sub mix or the 2-track bus, whatever you want to call it. Versus right here, and your 808 is actually going to be more front forward when you bring that stereo with centered or mono. Is going to be more front forward and more forward in the mix. Bring it back to that stereo section. You'll notice that 808 sounds floppy in the mix. It's like this right here. It's like flapping his wings. But when you put it in the mono or the width at 0%, it walk with a dip. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more solid. Yeah. Before I go on, and while I'm playing around with this, let's go ahead and get the sidechain function working on here. So remember I told you it has a sidechain function built into the plugin. It's not a PC heavy plugin. All of this tracks, and I have this plugin on every track in this session, and idling right now in Ableton Live. I have a quad core PC. Your PC may vary. You probably got a newer PC than I do. My PC is 2018 build, quad core, 2.8 gigahertz. I'm idling at 9% right now. If you got a newer computer, definitely with higher gigahertz and, 8-core processors and everything like that, you're probably going to idle around about 3%, 4%, or whatnot. So you got more power than I do. This plugin is super, super, super efficient, man. And it sounds so fucking good. Like, I found me a new go-to on the cool. All right, let's go ahead and get the sidechain function. So in Ableton Live, you'll see it has the sidechain function. You want to bring in the kick. All right, we're gonna bring in the kick, which is on the drum rack itself. So we have to bring that in, and we're going to choose the kick right here. So the way the way Ableton Live works is you choose the drum rack, and then within that drum rack, you could choose what particular one shot that you want to sidechain this particular 808 right here. So we're going to choose kick post effects. All right, and we should be able to sidechain this 808. So let's solo the 808. All right, we're not going to turn up the gain because it's good, healthy. Like the kick is actually clipping right now, so we don't need to add any gain. Matter of fact, let's turn that down just a hair bit. Shit. That goddamn kick coming in strong, boy. All right, cool. Let's turn on the compressor. Oof. That kick ain't playing, boy. I like to, when I sidechain, I like to use the 3-to-1 ratio. And you can see that kick right here. That's solo. Yeah, you can see that kick definitely doing the thing. All right, cool deal. Let's take that off. Oh, you know what? We ain't even got it side chain. I'm tripping. All right, let's do that one more time. I gotta enable external side chain. Yeah, there it is. You can hear that kick. You can hear that boom, 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 boom. All right. You hear the kick. There it is right there. So that kick is definitely anytime that 808 is going, that signal from the kick is gonna say, sit your ass down. You feel me? We're gonna put it on auto mode, and I want to make it a little bit smoother. Oh, actually, auto mode will fuck it up. Yeah, we just keep it right there. Interesting enough, the threshold is not really doing anything. Yeah, so if you keep the threshold, yeah, man, that's interesting. So I mean, different plugins and their sidechain function a little bit different, but yeah, I didn't have to adjust the threshold. It's basically that kick is coming in so freaking hot that I don't need to mess with the threshold. Just adjust the attack accordingly, and don't put the auto on because it's gonna do this right here. Yeah, you see how it's just lighting up. It's gonna keep your 808 down because that kick coming in strong is gonna just, yeah. So just take it off all the way fast, release. All right, and you can hear that 808 being, compressed like that, and I liked it right there. Cool. Let's move on a little bit right here. My time running up. All right, let's bring that back right here. Now I can turn that 808 up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. That is the benefit of the kick being sidechain to an 808, and that kick forcing the 808 to shut the hell up while the kick play, and the 808 kind of like sit back in the cut or whatever. It gives you more. It gives you the ability to hear the kick and let the kick do what it do, and you still have the grimaces of the 808 far as it taking up all of that foundation. Now you could turn it up, and anytime that 808 come out, it's just like the 808 just grabs you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And when it grabs you, that's because the kick is not being, the signal is not being sent to the plug-in or the compressor that's doing the side chaining for the 808. So it's kind of like a push give type of situation. That's a whole explanation in itself. I like 10 years ago, I did a YouTube video. If you go on this channel right now and scroll through all the damn uploads I got or whatnot, I have a perfect example of sidechain. And it's really kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you're doing it with your girl in the bed and stuff like that. And I talked about the resistance of a mattress and how sidechain actually works and everything like that. That was pretty cool. Everybody liked that particular example that I gave, but that's basically what's going on right now. What the kick is doing is pushing down the 808, and when that kick is not engaged or being signal or being triggered or whatever, that's when the 808 comes out and it does its thing. So it's like a push gear type of situation. All right, cool deal, man. Let's move along. We got this sound. It ain't doing shit. So what we're gonna do is spread the stereo width. I like it right there. That BJT is working in my favor, so I like it. I'm gonna turn the EQ and compressor off. I don't know what it's doing, but I like it right there. I can't even hear that sound. Let's turn it up a little bit. Ooh, that adds a little scariness to it. All right, let's go to this next one. Ooh, now this is gonna be fun. All right, we got the preamp driving, not too much. We don't even need to compress this. I like the tone where it's at, to be honest with you. Give it a little bit stereo spread. And I'm loving the stereo spread button knob right now. I may be going overboard with it, but it's just doing something to my beats right now. That's it. Bring that up in the mix. Yeah, that's the pulse we're missing. Yeah, I like that right there, buddy. All right, cool. We got one more instrument. So this drone situation. Now, even though this is a bass sound, let's give it a little bit of bell push on the low side with a high Q. Ooh, I hear it right there. Ooh, there it is. Yeah, right there. All right, let's get a high pass filter on there, aka low cut. Let's cut it around by 50 hertz, just to make room for the kick. We'll take that high Q off because we're using the low shell, man. The bell didn't really do what I thought it was gonna do. We don't need no compressor on here, no gate. Change that dynamic to filters. This bipolar junction transistor is doing its thing on this mix. Last night it really wasn't doing shit. Different strokes, different signals. Ooh, that makes it spooky right there. Now, last but not least, because this is a drone type of bass sound, we want it to be real wide, be real scary, sci-fi-ish, or whatnot. So we're gonna spread that width just a little bit. You wouldn't do this on most bass instruments. I know I explained taking your bass sounds and putting it in the middle, but you got to make sense of and make common sense of what you're doing. 808s, of course, I mean that's the bottom force, that's the foundation. But in this case right here, this is kind of used as a undertone, underlying type of situation, but it's lurking. So you kind of want to play around with that stereo width. So that's what happens when you put it in zero or mono. Put it in stereo, you'll understand the effect now. But you don't want to spread it too much. Just give it a little bit. And right now we only gave it on this particular plugin, 18% is a lot. But on the knob, it don't even look like we did anything. So look like it's more of 18. Look like it's more of 8%. But I mean, we're using our ears at the end of the day. Let's bring it back in. Let's bring it a little bit more gain. All right, let's go down to the next section. All right, now we're going to get into that nitty gritty, what I was talking about. We're right on time. We're right at about an hour right now. better than what I did last night, man. And we'll get the fuck up out of here, man. Let me take a listen real quick. Man, I like this plugin, like for real, for real. All I need to do is just run it through some outboard again. We good. Shit, yeah. Now let's go to the outro. We'll go back to the hook part. Let's turn that down a little bit. And let's adjust that pen on that one instrument too. All right, cool deal, man. Let's go back to the verse. All right, let's talk about some things right now, man. So we mixed this whole beat right here with that same plugin, Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1. If you like what you like, go ahead and like the video right now and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you if you like watching this live, or I ain't really look at the screen because I've been really trying to hurry up this shit. I gotta go somewhere here in a little bit. Yeah, man. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you like, man. Shit, yeah. Y'all know how to fucking work YouTube, man. Why people gotta beg to like something or subscribe to something? You see what I'm saying? If you like it, you like it. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Comment, do your thing. Anyway, we're gonna get into it, man. Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1. This is the plugin right here. Now we're gonna get into that last feature that I was telling you about that was really the selling point for me. And it was this button right here. Underneath the output level meter, it's a yellow button. It looks like little faders or whatnot. And when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Click on it, and this is what I discovered. Yeah, it has a Wave CLA mix hub / SSL native, the SSL channel strip native bundle vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? It gives you everything in one view. Yes, these are all the plugins we used in this track except for one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we have 9 plugins right here. You see it. Yes. So we have 9 tracks with 9 of these plugins on each track. And you can see everything that's going on with each plugin. The compressor gain reduction. If you're using a gate, you can see that functionality too. Your output levels. And everything that we have on, off, and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Everything in a compact view. And the GUI is not really cumbersome. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, whoa, it's doing too much. It's taking up too much screen real estate. And I like this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you just need to pull up, let's say, for instance, the 808 right here. We're going to mute the 808. You don't hear the 808. So if you're sitting up there vibing, and you trying to figure out, how you're going to arrange the beat. And then you're like, okay, all right, unmute the 808, bring it back in. You can do it all right here in this one view right here and stuff like that. That's what I like about this this plugin right here. This was like, I was like, yeah. See, the CLA Waves Mix Hub, it's awesome. I love it. But it was like, it was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you double click on any of these names, the preamp, filters, EQ, compressor, limiter, gate, and expander, you're not going to pull up the plugin. One button that's going to pull up the plugin on each track. Okay, so you saw the mute button. You see the phase inversion button. You see this E button. You're like, what the E button is the actual plugin. Yes, it's the actual plugin. So you can pull up the plugin for its respective track. Okay. The cool part about it is everything is labeled in conjunction and whatnot. You have this little slider bar if you need to look at everything. Or can you adjust the width of it? No, you can't. So this is the standard width of it. And let's see, can we change the size? Let's see here. Yeah, so you can make this bigger, but you're still gonna have this slider bar where you have to see all the tracks. So I think their whole goal was to keep it in a standardized view. And I'm like on a 27-inch curved gaming monitor, And so with my blind ass, you know what I'm saying, I can see everything cool. It's right there in view, and I can still see parts of my DAW. And I like that. And you got a slider bar, so if you need to go here, see everything here, and then slide over here and see everything there. And we got some keys right here. I don't know where that shit came from. Let's see. Something named keys. Oh, yeah. We got it right here. Showing up. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have everything right here at our disposal. You can slide here, check out all your different tracks and stuff like that. All right, cool deal. So all 9 of our tracks is right here. All right, so, and you only can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can only see 8 tracks at a time. If you need to see more than 8, just slide your slider. I like that. That just keeps everything simple, and you ain't gotta, take up all your whole screen real estate. And that's pretty cool. I like that. The good thing about it is, let's say for instance, that 808 track, which is this one right here. If I change the 808 track in the DAW, we'll go here and we'll say 808, right? We hit enter. So I relabel that track 808. It will reflect right here in the plugin in real time. I didn't have to stop the music or anything like that. As I was talking to you guys, I changed the track to 808. Boom, there it is, or whatnot. So that's another good flexibility. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Another thing is too, I just really think it's fucking awesome, is let's say for instance you don't want to put all your drums on a group track. You want to keep all your drums on individual tracks. Check this out, y'all. We got that tambourine track, those 2 drum tracks, right? All right, cool deal. Check this out. You can group all your tracks. Yes, you have the ability to do 16 groups at one time. Okay, so you got ability to do 16 groups. So what we're gonna do with these drums, we're gonna put the drums on group 1. Now, can you rename these? I'm not exactly sure. I'm right clicking on it right now, and you can't. So you be mindful of what groups are with what. You know what I'm saying? You may have to write down that on a sticky note or something like that. But group 1 is gonna be my drums. Okay. And now check this out. If I want to turn up the drums, I can turn the output knob, and they're gonna be linked together. Let me turn the volume up for you guys. So let's say I want the drums to come up just a tad bit. Let's turn them up. Gave it about 3 dB, 3 dB a gain. Let's turn it all the way down. You'll notice that the output knob, they're linked together. See what I'm saying? All right, let's go back to the thing. Here we go. And now if I want to unlink it, all I have to do is just hit none, and boom. The drum rack still retains group 1. Just remember that. So, you know what I'm saying, you go to group 1, it's still going to be on group 1. You have to manually put it on none in order for it to be individualized, okay? So if I want to turn on those tambourines, I can just turn it down now. Now check this out. We're going to put it back on group 1. Put the drum rack on group 1. Now we got different. Oh, okay. Let's stop the music. Stop, motherfucker, stop. All right. So what happened was, this is a bug, and I may have to email the developer on here. All right. So we have the tambourines on none. I turned down the tambourines and turned up the drum rack, right? But when we put it on group, what happens is the volumes get linked back together. So I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You should have the ability to keep the parameters where they're at. Why they have to share the same parameters, I don't know. So keep mind of that. I think that's a bug, to be honest with you. Because if you're going to group something, or link them together, quote unquote, you should be able to retain the output gain where you have it on one individual track and retain the other output gain at this other track. And then they kind of like link together. You know what I'm saying? They move in their own respective at the same time. But in this case, when you put it on the group, it overwrites what the other one is doing. So be careful of that. I don't like that. And that's a con for me. That's a big con with this plugin. Otherwise, I didn't catch that last night when I whatnot, but that's a big con. I don't like that. So if I want to mess my drums, they have to have the same width on separate tracks with the same volume, and that's no bueno. That's no bueno right there, man. So be careful. I warn you, be careful. Group accordingly, whatnot, group safely and whatnot, man. But other than that, though, I mean, this is pretty cool. The good thing about grouping, when you do group, though, you can turn off the plugin on those two tracks right there. Okay, or you can turn them back on. See what I'm saying? When you put it back right here. Yeah, so that grouping section, I think they need to focus on that a little bit more. I think that was just a rush feature. You know how sometimes developers they got a release date. It's like, okay, we got to get this done, we got to get that done. I think they just put the group function in there and forgot about, hey, the parameters. We got to make this make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna email the developer on that one right there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there, that's a big no and a big con. So other than that though, man, if you need to pull up the you need to make an individual change to the tambourines, for example. Again, hit the E button right here at the top right corner of the particular strip. Boom, there it is. Make your adjustments, close it back, close the thing out, bring the plug-in individually up in Ableton Live, close it out. I want y'all to notice something, how fast I'm moving in this plug-in. Let's say, for instance, I want to go there, bring everything back up, move it around, turn it off, turn it on, close it out. Yeah, bring it back up. Again, I told y'all I'm working on the older PC. This plug-in is really, really, really PC efficient. It's really smooth. I mean, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm pulling up the plugin on the wrench tool in Ableton Live. Bam, I hit that button right there. Bam, come right here, pull it up individually from the little out view thing. Move to that. Look at the GUI. Boom, 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 boom. My graphics card is a 8GB old NVIDIA card, GTX 1070. 8GB. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's real fast. So this plugin, I mean, shit, ain't nothing wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like that right there. That helps workflow. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. All my preamps are on high quality, so that adds more processing power. Let me take down my logo. Let's take down the logo for a second. And I want you guys, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, but if you can see it though, the performance meter in Ableton Live right now, we're currently idling at 9%. Nothing's going on. Average idle at 9 to 8%. Okay. Current model, you know what I'm saying, real time running is at about 11%. All right, we're gonna hit the play button. Watch the metering. With everything we got going on, everything you seeing in front of you, 9 tracks of this plugin right here. Real time is tallying up around about 14-15%. Average time is about 13-14%. That is not bad, man. That is not bad at all. Most plugins that I normally use, like the SSL, Native Bundle, Plugin Alliance, Slate Digital and stuff like that, those plugins will definitely push me in the 25 to 30% range with all of this shit going on. So if I'm in a jam and I got a lot of tracks and I need some power, I need some good sound, I'm looking towards the Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1 channel strip plugin right here, man. Y'all go buy this, man. $30, man. They ain't paying me to do this shit. I'm just doing this out of good faith because I recognize real and real recognize real. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a good high quality plugin right here. And if you know me, everything that I do has to be quality. And this is working with something right here. I like this plugin right here, man. So definitely go to Fuse Audio Labs, their website, and go check out their stuff. I will try to put the description, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I will. I will put the website in the description. Go ahead and check them out. Again, they're gonna have a sale on this plug-in until December 14th. So you have until December 14th to grab this plug-in at $29. After that, they're gonna shoot the price up. I don't know what the full price will be, but it's gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So while you at it, go ahead and grab it. You know what I'm saying? $30. Think about what you spend with $30. I try to tell people all this all the time. Like today, I got gas. I put $15 of gas. I ate lunch, and I spent anywhere between $11 to $12. That's almost $30 right there. See what I'm saying? Now think about the interval you do that in a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Every other day you're putting $15 of gas, and then you eat lunch every day, and then hell, that's just lunch. You ain't talking about breakfast, which is about $8 to $10, and then if you eat out a lot, shit, that's about a good 15. So the amount of money that you spend on your daily tasks, just think about if you invest into your future and you use this shit to make money off of it, you get your ROI value out of it and stuff like that. So for $30, you really, really can't beat it right there. I'm not getting paid from this company again. This is off of good faith. When I see some good quality, I'm going to shout you out. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I do, man. That's the heart. That's what God put on me and how I live my life. Everybody else, I can't speak for you, but that's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got something good of quality, I'm going to rep it 100%, man. So check it out, man. Fuse Audio Labs, VCS-1. Last night I was saying BSC, but there's VCS-1 right there. Check out this plug-in. It's definitely worth the grab. We're at an hour and 21 minutes. This is the fastest review video I've done in the past, but I like to have all my videos thorough and talk about any and everything going on with that plugin because I want you to spend your money and get your money's worth and stuff like that, man. This has been your boy Super Mario, man. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram right there at the top. If you see it, yeah, over here. Yeah, right there at the top. Follow me on Instagram at Super Mario_producer. Check out this YouTube page. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Y'all know how that work, YouTube. I shouldn't have to tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you and everything like that, man. Y'all stay creepy and creative out there. Keep being creative. Always be creative and shit like that, man. Because what you're doing is you're only holding yourself. So do your thing out there, man. And I am going to sign out right here, man. VCS. See, I'm fucking up already, man. Fuse Audio Labs, VCS-1. Channel strip plug-in, man. $29, man. Y'all go ahead and get it, man. Wild Paid Ways and Chris Lord Aggie, all that money. And this one do right the same thing with less power. And guess what? This ain't even mastered yet. Hold on, I got we still got a lot of game room. Look, let me show y'all something real quick. Check this out, y'all. This plugin is not emulating anything, and we still got negative 1.1 a gain. I'm gonna fuck your head up before we get up out of here, man. Hold on 1 second. Let's put the fusion on here. Hold on, because it's gonna get loud. It's going to get loud. Let me put the SSL fusion on here. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bring down the drive. Check this out, y'all. This is what I tell y'all all the time when I'm talking to folks or whatnot. Headroom, gain staging is so important, y'all. Check this out. Oh, it's a bite right there. It's a bite. All right, let's drive a little bit. We're gonna push the saturation around about 6 to 7. Hope y'all ready. Here we go. Here we go, right now. It's like riding a horse there. Now that's auto gain. That's the auto gain function right there. So we matching the gain that's coming in. But if you like me, you need some gain. You really needed to push. Take that auto gain out. And yeah. We only pushing like 2 dB, 2 B clipping. We good. Whatnot, man. Yes, sir. Let's break it down. So that's what the plug-in with this one. Hey, that's awesome right there, man. So like I said, man, y'all go ahead and get the get this plug-in right here, man. Shout it out one more time. That's what it looks like right there. Fuse Audio Labs VCS-1, man. We up out of here, man. Gotta go. I gotta go. Y'all be easy. Stay creative out there. And one love. And keep doing your thing out there, man. Yes, sir.